Hello, vinyl community. George Allen here, filming another vinyl LP and CD video from his tornado room, safe and sound. And I enjoyed doing my last video on some CDs, so I thought I would do another one. But this time I'm going to focus on some female vocalists, something different that I haven't done on any of my other videos. So I'm going to do female vocalist CDs. And I'm going to start with Diana Krall and the CD, The Look of Love. Now what's interesting, a little story behind Diana Krall and George Allen. Not that I know her, but when I moved to Tennessee, I had a lot of extra stuff from my move. So I took a carload of all this extra household stuff to Goodwill. While I was there, I thought, well, I'm just going to look around a little bit. They had this huge shelf of CDs, and it was just before Christmas, so I thought, maybe I'll see if they got something good for Christmas. And at that point in time, I'd heard of Diana Krall. I did not have anything by her. Shame on me, okay? So, saw this Diana Krall Christmas CD. I thought, well, I'll buy it. I heard she was a pretty good singer and everything. Brought it home, put it on the stereo. Man, I was blown away. I thought, this woman is something else. Well, after Christmas, I happened to be visiting my brother down in Georgia. And we went into this CD record shop, not too far from where he lived in Atlanta. And there I found The Look of Love. And this is Diana Krall's 6th CD. And I have to tell you, this woman is really something else. It's a good thing I'm married because I really fell in love with her music. Great singer, great piano player. Her arrangements and stuff are just something else. I got several other CDs since of hers, since now it's coming up on a year since George Allen discovered her. But I enjoy her singing immensely. Great talent. I just feel so bad it's taken me so long to actually get into her music. Diana Krall. Like her a lot. The Look of Love. Next female vocalist I'm going to talk about is one that I heard about on Richard Riley's channel, and that's Madeline Perreault. Madeline Perreault, although born in the U.S., spent several years living in Paris with her mother. And as a teenager, she started hanging out the streets of Paris and learning to play guitar and singing there. Came back to the U.S. and continued singing here. And she did one album, I think, with Atlantic in the late 90s. Then she did this album, her first album, on Rounder Records. And Rounder, typically does a lot of I guess like bluegrass, folk type music. This is very jazzy folk type stuff. Beautiful voice. This is a great CD. I've gotten a couple others of her CDs, but I wanted to show this one because this is when she really came into herself. The first one she did on Atlantic, she did a lot of songs from the 30s and 40s. This one, she does a little bit newer songs She does a song or two in French, but mostly American songs. But she's a great talent, good singer, good arrangements, very well recorded. Madeline Perreault, ought to check her out. Next one we're going to talk about, real different vein, Vanessa Fernandez. Vanessa Fernandez is Philippine. When she was young, she was in a hip-hop band, and she was known as Vendetta. That was her nickname, Vendetta or Miss Vendetta. She developed, though, her singing ability, and she did this CD called When the Levee Breaks. So any of you that are familiar with Led Zeppelin will get the connection. This is an album of Led Zeppelin songs. And I'll tell you what, to undertake that, she realized it was going to be a challenge. She says in her liner notes, it's a daunting task trying to do the legends like Led Zeppelin justice. But she does a great job. She's worked with some wonderful musicians, Tim Pierce playing guitar, Jim Keltner on drums, and anybody that tries to take on their stuff. I've seen Hart do Led Zeppelin songs. They can imitate them pretty well, but they do slightly different arrangements, sometimes totally different arrangements, but great job. And this is recorded very well. If you love female vocalists, you love Led Zeppelin, great combination. She does Immigrant Song, more true to form Led Zeppelin on the beginning, then on the end she just does an acoustic version with guitar. Wonderful, wonderful sound. I highly recommend Vanessa Fernandez. I have another CD of hers besides this one, and very good too. Highly recommend Vanessa Fernandez. Lastly, but certainly not the least, truly amazing stylist, vocalist, jazz singer, Lynn Stanley. And Lynn Stanley, oh man, I got a phone call. Can you believe that? Right in the middle of my recording. But I think I'm going to leave it in there. Kind of adds to the realism of it, huh? Lynn Stanley, London Calling. A toast to Julie London. I don't know if anybody really watches these videos this far all the way through. So we'll find out if anybody picks up on the phone call. Lynn Stanley, London Calling. A toast to Julie London. Julie London was a fabulous jazz singer. And she does on here 17 tracks on here. However, because it's a CD, now this is one advantage sometimes of CDs versus having the vinyl album of this. There's extra cuts so that you get different versions. Like she does the song Summertime, the old standard Summertime and the living is easy. Well, she does one with the band. Then she does an extra cut of Summertime with just the piano. Lynn Stanley is a wonderful vocalist. This is her 6th album. Interesting thing about Lynn Stanley, she's a true audiophile. She's done demonstrations at audio shows. She also sells some of her albums on reel-to-reel tape. That's very unusual. And she's got a wonderful jazzy voice. She's a very nice person. I've seen some videos of her at the audio shows, and she's very crowd friendly, and she respects audiophiles for they're loving to have great sound, and she works with fabulous musicians and wants to make sure that her recordings are done right. She gets very involved with that. So Lynn Stanley, I think by now she's probably got about 9 or 10 albums out, worth looking into. Lynn Stanley. So that's my 4 female vocalists today: Lynn Stanley, Vanessa Fernandez, Madeline Perreault, and Diana Krall. Thanks. Have a great day.